Hello, wonderful people of God. How are you? On my side, thank God, I'm fine. Together with my family, my husband, my children, our dad, we are okay and we thank God. He has given us life. He has given us good health, and we have all the reasons to thank Him. It is in the evening after school. I want to perform some duties before sunset. I'm going to collect firewood from the fence. The firewood I'm collecting was obtained from the pruned trees, acacia trees, during the planting season. The ones that were disturbing the oxen as they were passing, they were pruned and then thrown on the cut-off bench. So after they dry up, we usually make them firewood. So that is what I'm doing now. It is not far from home because you can see my home there. The fence you are seeing here is my dad's home. And by the way, he has sent greetings to you. He has said that he is doing on well, and he thanks you for your prayers, for your support, and for everything. He says thank you. Now, it has been a busy day, and I have to perform the household duties as an African mother and as a mother to my kids and the mother to the family. My children are waiting for supper. My dad, my husband too. My husband now is herding our oxen in the evening before he takes them to the cow shed. So I'm done with the collecting of firewood. So I want to carry them home using a sack. Carrying them using a sack is easier than carrying them on bare hands, simply because the firewood, as I told you, acacia tree has got thorns. So once you place them on the sack, it is very easy to carry them on the sack rather than on bare hands. So today I will perform different activities. One, after collecting the firewood, the acacia tree at my compound, it is during its flowering season, and there are so many flowers that are fallen on the ground. So I will have to sweep the compound, though it is in the evening. I didn't get time sweeping in the morning because I just wake up very early in the morning and go to school before sunrise. In fact, the sunrise is when I'm at school. So in the morning I cannot make it. So once I get an opportunity, whether it is in the evening or any time, I usually sweep the compound. So I'll sweep the compound. I'll wash the utensils. Today I've decided that Jacinda will not wash, so I help her in washing the utensils. Another thing that I'm going to do, I'll cook ugali using the portion meal flour, and then I'll also cook chicken. I'll cook chicken. So welcome so much in our today's video. Subscribe as you watch, share the video, and by the way, I want to thank you so much You are wonderful people of God. I want to say that you are a blessing to me. What you have been doing is marvelous, and may the Lord reward you abundantly and even exceedingly beyond your expectations, because choosing to support me, it's a blessing. Once I was starting this YouTube channel, I didn't know that one day I will meet you wonderful people of God. And I want to say that I've seen that my videos have been shared. So to whoever who is sharing, may the good Lord bless you so much. May the Lord bless you so much. Wow, this is wonderful. So as you watch, if you have not subscribed, please touch the subscription button, subscribe, like, make a comment below of anything that you need me to improve, something you need me to show you, any positive or negative comment, correction, congratulations. I accept them. And by the way, without you, I cannot make it this far, because it's you who corrects me where I go wrong, where to rectify, what to do. So once you make guidelines on what to give out, on what to show, I'm always happy, and I always accept corrections positively. I don't complain, because you people are my bosses. If I could post the videos without views, then what could I be posting for? So it is I'm very humbled for your corrections and everything that you say, your comments, your likes, your subscription, your shares. I always appreciate them. So continue sharing widely, because I need some, let me not say some help, but my son has never gone to school, simply because the school fees for special schools is very high, and the amount that I usually get in the private school, and by the way, I'm a teacher who is not employed by the government. The government has not yet employed me, so I'm working under the private sector in a private school, and therefore the amount that I get from the private school is very little. It can only sustain our domestic needs and pay some school levy for my 2 little daughters, and therefore the amount of money needed for my son, it's quite high. My son usually feeds on special diet. Special diet meaning that he needs special food. He doesn't chew food, so you cannot give him hard foods. He requires soft foods, which are swallowable, because he doesn't chew, he just swallows. So the amount of money that I get, it is used to sustain, to buy food for my son. So you find that the amount of money cannot cater for his school fees, because the schools are very expensive for the special people. And then the schools which may appear cheap, they don't offer special diet. So this one tells you that he cannot feed there, because he cannot feed on normal foods, because he feeds on special diet. So I'm praying God so much that he may help me once I'm employed by the government. Maybe, though the government money is not that so much, because after the the taxation, after deductions of the tax, I don't know, something. There are so many things which are being deducted. It also remains not that much, but with that I can thank God so much, because it usually comes every month, not unlike in private schools where you only get paid on the months that you work for. So with that I can manage. I can be paying school fees partially for my boy. The other one we use it. I think with the government money, when once employed, that one can help somewhere. So continue praying for me. Continue praying for my son. He is fine. He is of good health. Only the problems that emerged when he was young. Now the stone, if I may say, the concrete, I don't know how it's called, but the place where I'm placing the utensils, we once had a 2-roomed house, and the concrete here was the doorstep, so there was a door there. We had the house had 2 rooms, so that was the concrete, was the slab was meant there to be meant for a doorstep. Before we made an expansion of the house, we expanded the sitting room and the kitchen and the bedroom. So it was 2-roomed house, and then the 2 rooms, now we converted them into bedrooms, one for us and the other one for our children. So I'm washing the utensils. I've decided to do it myself and make Jacinda relax today. The sun is very hot in the area. Remember, we are waiting for the March, April rains, and before they start, there usually be a lot of sun. So it is in the evening, but the sun is very hot. The sun is very hot, so I'm washing the utensils from the hot sun. So continue enjoying my videos. One thing you should know is that I love you so much, and whenever I pray, I usually remember my viewers, my subscribers, because they are of great help in my life. So continue watching and subscribing, not subscribe, but commenting, liking. And for those who have never subscribed, please kindly do, because most of my videos are being watched. 80% is non-subscribers, only 20% or 16-18% is for the subscribers. Kindly, if you are watching my videos without subscribing, please do, I beg, please do subscribe, and may God bless you so much as you take this step of subscribing. God is wonderful. This is a serving spoon made of calabash. It is used to serve soup, and used to serve githeri. So like the calabashes, it is a gourd, a small gourd, then we cut it into two and make a serving spoon from it. These are traditional tools that were used in those days when we were not born, but because we were born and found them being used, we also started using them. So we appreciate our culture. It is good whether you appreciate the culture, whether you are appreciating the culture, to copy what is useful. You don't just copy everything. You copy what is helpful to you and that pleases God most. Most importantly, what pleases God. Because some of the cultural practices that were practiced during those days, most of them didn't please God. Most of them were done out of human motive and out of gods of those days to please them. So once we are copying the cultural practices, I usually advise myself to copy what is useful and what is important and that pleases God, because most of the people end up finding themselves into a mess by copying some of the practices that were done by our great grandparents or by our grandparents or by our parents, which they don't know about their origin. This one may land them into problems. This one may land them into dangers because they just found things done and they just end up doing them without knowing the purpose and the reason why some things were done. So I thank God that he saved me and he gave me that reasoning power to know what is good and bad. So I have no problem with the culture. My dear friends, do not throw stones on me. I have nothing bad with the culture, but what I've said, I usually copy what is helpful and which is pleasing God. So now I want to show you cultural practices. Well, it's okay. I want to show you methods of washing sufurias, scoring sufurias using sand. This was a traditional method of doing things. So this one is not harmful. Washing sufurias using sand. They also washed them using ash. They also used maize cobs, crushed eggshells, crushed charcoal. Those ones are good. Those were traditional practices. So today I've decided to use the traditional way of washing, scoring a sufuria by use of sand. So it is the cheapest method because you only require sand and then you score your sufuria. This one doesn't favor people who have soft hands because it is a grip between the sufuria and the sand. In between, you are using your hand. So it requires people who are used to hard life, if I may say. Typical African woman. Well, thank God that we were born in Africa, that we usually pass through hard times. But it's okay. It was the plan of God. for us to be born in Africa. So I'm done with the washing of the sufurias using the sand. I'm happy today, so happy. In Jesus' name I'm happy. He has taken away my sins away. I'm happy, so happy today. It is good to be happy in the Lord, because the Bible in the book of Philippians chapter 4 verse 4 tells us that rejoice in the Lord always, not at some point, and not when things are going on well. Even in the midst of the storms, the Bible is encouraging us to rejoice in the Lord. Rejoice in the Lord always. And again, I say rejoice. Oh, so the joy of the Lord is my salvation. The joy of the Lord is my strength. So once I'm happy, I know that my days are ended, because I'm always happy. It is a nice day and I'm happy. And I don't know why I'm happy. I'm just happy. I don't know why. So I'm trying to rinse the utensils so that I can keep them in the rack for them to dry, then transfer them to the cupboard. The cooking process has started. You first boil hot water. You boil water for to make the feathers of the chicken come out first. So it is a chicken with black feathers. I decided to eat it. It's a is it a hen? Yes, it's a hen. I was almost calling it a she chicken. What? It is a hen. So the female one is called a hen and the male one is called a cock. That is the difference. I almost called it a she hen. It was a hen, and I've decided to eat it so that my children may eat well today. Secondly, the breed, the black chicken, I wanted to do away with them so that I may remain with the brown ones. So this is the chicken. You try to remove the feathers. It is not very old. because the hen itself had not started laying eggs, so it's just young. It's not that big. I didn't want it to start laying eggs, so that I didn't want the breed to spread. It's the only black hen in the compound, and I wanted to do away with the black chicken. So we are eating it today with my family. For those who don't know, I have a family of 6. There is our old dad, there is my husband, there is 2 daughters and 1 son, then myself. In English, it's like we should start by I, but I've counted them. You have understood. I don't teach English. I teach Kiswahili. So with Kiswahili, it's not the same with English, but I usually try. Okay, you remove the feathers. Let's come back to cooking process. Let's leave the English alone. It's not for everybody. So you remove the feathers. After removing the feathers, you start cutting the hen into pieces. So you first cut it into half so that you may remove the internal parts. There's a certain part there called bile, the green part of the body. It's very small, but once you interfere with it, then it messes up with the whole chicken. So you have to remove the bile first, so that you may have peace when you are cutting the chicken into pieces.
Mom,
You remove. You first remove the internal parts where you have the liver, the intestines, the heart, the bile. What is the name of this thing that is used to store food? The one here. Is it the stomach? Do chicken have stomach? So I don't know, but it is the one which stores food. So it is chicken stomach, if I may say. So you first remove the internal parts before you start cutting the meat into pieces. You remove them carefully, because if you interfere with the bile, then you will not eat the meat. The meat will not be eatable. It will be as bitter as what? What do we say? As bitter as aloe vera. As bitter as? Is it pepper? I don't know. But it is bitter. It becomes bitter into a point that it cannot be eaten. So you first remove the internal part. What do we call this part of the chicken which stores the unwanted? Is it in the human body? Do we call it pancreas? Yes. Yeah, we call it pancreas. So we have the chicken pancreas, the chicken, not the kitchen, but the chicken. The chicken pancreas has a hard. The outer part is soft, but the inner part is very hard. So you first, once you cut it in, you split it. You have to remove the inner part. Let me show you how it is done. So this is the one here. Is what we call the pancreas in the parts of our human body. I don't know in the chicken or it is called that way. So you see, it has the unwanted materials. So you remove them, wash it, then you remove the outer. Not the outer, it is the inner now. Once you cut it, it becomes the inner, but the inner one is very rough than the outer one. So you first remove the lining. After you remove the lining, now you can wash it, and then you continue with the process of cutting the meat into two. I've got no nails. I don't keep nails. So I cannot cope with the current generation who usually have very long nails. I cannot cope with them. I usually don't have nails. Even when I was young, I used to bite them. So even up to now, I hate nails. I don't even apply Q-Tex. I don't apply anything. They just grow, and at some point, I cut them, all of them. So I don't usually have nails. And this one is good because once you have long nails, that will hide itself in the nails. Number two, you'll be tempted to pinch other people's children, but I don't pinch. You can use another method of correcting the learner, but not pinching. So I'm done with the pancreas. So I come back to the cutting process of the meat.
Hiyo kuna nguko namba. Ile. Hiyo kuna nguko namba.
Mom, go with Sarah for that.
Let's come into another activity. This is Jacinda carrying the flour and the rolling stick. Is it a rolling stick? The mwiko. We call it mwiko. The one used to roll the ungali. So the unga is put in a bucket to prevent it from entering that. Unlike in the sack, where the sack can enter dirt, can enter soil, can enter different things. In the bucket, it is safe because it is locked. So I'm cooking a large amount of ungali. Do we say a large amount or we say a big ungali? Anyway, I'm cooking ungali. Remember my dad, my 3 children, myself and my husband. And we have to eat at night, then remain some that will be eaten in the morning. Before my children go to school, they usually take the remaining food from the previous night, because I cannot afford to cook very early in the morning. I usually cook tea at night, leave it in the thermos flask, then they take it in the morning together with the food that remained. So I'm cooking ungali from portion meal flour, not corn. That is why it is in a bucket. For corn flour, it's packed in papers, but I prefer this one more than the corn flour. One day I will give you a story about my family, where I was born. I'm the firstborn child to my dad and mother, a family of 8 children and 2 parents. So in total we were 10, and I'm the firstborn. So I used to cook a sufuria of which would carry like 3 kilograms of unga, of flour. So I'll just one day I'll visit my parents, and then I will give you a story about my origin. I show you my parents. It's very soon. I will tell you something new. So keep watching. I will tell you something new that I'm going to do this year. So keep watching. I will update you on what to do. Let's start cooking our chicken. We will mix it with the potatoes. So I'm peeling the potatoes so that we can make a strong soup using the potatoes and the chicken meat. Remember, it must contain a soup for my son who doesn't eat hard foods. So we must have a soup for him. He doesn't eat meat. He just drinks the soup. The soup is mixed with ungali, crushed, then fed to him. Children are blessing from God, and I don't complain. This is our meat. We want to place it on the meko. It's already on the meko, and this is our meko. So I'm trying to add more firewood so that the cooking process may take the shortest time possible. It's a power saving meko. Those firewood are put there will cook the whole process of cooking the chicken. They will cook it. So I want to slice the ingredients, that is the tomatoes, the onion. Today I'm going to use a lemon in the soup. That tastes good. Why am I using lemon in most of the foods? In most of my foods that I cook, I usually use lemon, especially at this time. There are a lot of colds in the country, and especially in our area. So every child at school is coughing, they are sneezing, they have colds, mucus everywhere. So even if you treat or you try to prevent your children, or rather you take them to the hospital to prevent them from cough, it is just 1 week and then they start again because it's not adding in the school. So we usually pray God that He cover us with His precious blood, that sickness and illness is not our portion in Jesus' name, and that even if they get sick, it's just the normal sickness. The normal sickness. They don't sleep in bed. They don't miss school because they are sick. No, it's just the normal sickness. So once I use the lemons and most probably fruits and vegetables, they are okay, because fruits and vegetables are protective foods, and then the lemon relieves the homa, the cold. We call it homa here. So the cold, it relieves the cold. So I'm cutting the ingredients. You first add salt in the meat so that when it boils together with the salt to taste salty. Once you don't put salt in advance, then the meat will just taste water. It will have no taste. But once you apply salt in advance, the meat tastes salty, so it will be sweet. It's almost ready. So this is the lemon. You slice it into small parts in the ingredients. Once the meat boils for some time, you add the ingredients, and then you cover and allow the tomatoes to have heat. So once you stir, they will just disappear. From there you add some oil, cooking oil. Here we don't fry chicken meat. We just put in ingredients after it boils, and it is always sweet. So if I may say, thank you so much for watching my video. May God bless you so much, and may the Lord bless you abundantly and exceedingly, even beyond your expectations. That is Ephesians 3:20. See you in the next video. God wishes, and to say bye for now. I will prepare another video for you. Goodbye, and may God bless you so much. Shalom, shalom, shalom.